Hello guys and welcome back. So now first thing to do, let's create the dialog to show here if the signing in is happening, and then after that we're going to add Firestore. So let's quickly add the dialog. Let's come back here and then minimize all of these, and then we're gonna have let's see, what can we put it inside? Maybe utilities here. Yeah, inside the utilities here, let's add the dialog. Okay, so this one I'm gonna call it animated dialog, because we want to animate coming up here, which we are going to reuse over and over again with other application. Okay, so animated dialog. So this one, let's also create a static future. Static future void show animated dialog. So here it's gonna be asynchronous. Okay, now what we're gonna do is let's pass some required. So these, let's put them as a required. Okay, gonna put the required keyword here, build context, and then also let's remove this. Let's put another required string title. Okay, I'm gonna close that. Let's put another one, required. This one I'm gonna call it a widget. Okay, content, because I will use this dialog. And then let's have a list which is not required. This is a list of widgets. Okay, we have to put it like that, and then these will be actions. Okay, just like this. Okay, now inside here we need to show general dialog. Okay, show general dialog, and then we're passing the context, and then we have that page. And then so let's create other options here. So first we're gonna have barrier dismissible as false. Okay, and then barrier label, let's put empty label. And then barrier color, we have colors dot let's say black 54. And then what else? Transition. Okay, transition duration, we want to have a constant of duration. This is going to be milliseconds. Okay, milliseconds of 200. Next, we want to have now this page builder. So the page builder, we're just gonna return a container. Okay, it has to be context. Then we have animation. Let's call it the first animation 1, and then animation 2, animation 2, and then we're just gonna return a container here. Okay, and then that's it. We're just gonna return a container, then that's gonna be it. Now we need the transition builder. Okay, we need to put a comma here and then close it out here. Now we need a transition builder. So here what we're gonna have first context, and then we're going to have these animations, and then down here we need to return a scale animation. Okay, return a scale transition. So yeah, it's going to be creating that without completing the code, which is not good. Okay, now we need to complete this code. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, let's just go through this. So the twin, we want to be twin.double, and then the begin, we want to begin at 5. then the ending is fine, and then the curves animation, we have animation and then the curve. So these curves I'm gonna put is back out. Okay, is okay. Anyway, let me have a look at how this will look, and then I can decide later on. And then the child, now we can pass this child, or let's put the fade transition. Okay, fade transition. So this one, in the fade transition, we're gonna need the opacity, which is going to be the twin as well. Then we have to specify that it's a double. From here also, again, we need to get the begin. Sorry, begin, we're gonna get again 0.5, and then the end like that. So again, it has created brackets, so we just need to be careful to add these extra brackets that the assistant is adding. Okay, so again, we want to animate, and then we use animation, which is this one. And then also here we have that as a fade out slow. Now this transition will also going to have now the child, okay, which is now going to be our dialog. Okay, let's put a comma and then add the child here. So now the child is going to be the alert dialog. In the alert dialog, now we're going to have the title of that title. So here the title, let's put the text aligned, dot center, and then we are going to pass the content and the action. So here looks like again it has put an extra brackets, which means we need to close it with a comma and a comma. Yeah, this is going to be our dialog that we will reuse every time we want to use the alert dialog. Okay, so you can just copy this, and then just be careful with your assistant. Maybe you are using a better assistant who's not creating more brackets. Okay, yeah, so that's going to be the dialog. We can go ahead and close that and save it. Okay, so now we need to call the loading here. Okay, so here we're gonna show loading dialog. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is to call utilities dot show my animated dialog. We're gonna pass the context, and then we're gonna pass the title. So title, we're gonna say what we're gonna do here, authenticating. Okay, authenticating, and then in the content, what we're gonna pass is a linear progress indicator. Okay, yes, like this. And then yeah, we can put a constant keyword also here, put the comma, and then close it out just like this. Okay, so to test this out, what we're gonna do is let's copy this, and then we wanna comment all of these. Okay, and then just directly show it. Then let's just wait for a second and close. Yeah, and clear dialog. Okay, so here we're gonna wait future.delay, and then we're gonna call navigator.pop, this one. Okay, now let's first hot reload. Okay, now when we click here, you can see that we have a dialog, and then after 1 second it goes away. We click, you can see we have a dialog, 1 second it goes away. That's about it. Okay, so if you want to see it a little longer, we can just put maybe 3 seconds. Let's hot reload. Now when we click here, we can see how it's going to look over here. Okay, so now we confirmed this works. We can delete this. and then it will work according to that. Okay, now the next thing to do is we need to go back to here and then go to Firestore. We need to add the Firestore database because we want to add the user. Okay, so let's just wait for that and then create database. Can minimize that. From here we need to create this default, so we want to use this same default database. Let's click on next. Now we want to start in production. Let's click create. Let's just wait for it to create. All right, the database is created. We can close that, and then we can now, what we have to do is go in the rows, because what we want to do is if the user is not logged in, they should also be able to read the data in Firestore. So here we need to change read access. We want to allow, so let's bring this down. For read access, let's close it. Read, we want to allow if true. Let's say if true, we are going to allow read, and then for write access, we're just gonna write if request dot auth does not equal to now. Okay, so for read access, we will only allow you to read if it is true, and then for write access, so here we have to need to say allow write. Okay, allow write if true. So let's publish these. Okay, we have an error because here we need to close it like that. Okay, so now here, if the read, we want to allow all the users to read the database even if they are not authenticated, but the write, we want to only write the database if you are authenticated. So let's publish this. Great, now that is published, we can also go ahead and add Firebase storage. Go on build, and then we need to add storage. Let's just wait for it. So this storage requires the plan. Okay, so if you don't have any Firebase plan, you need to create the Firebase plan to add the Firebase storage. Okay, because they're going to give you some number of images that you can store for a short time, and the limit, and then after that you're going to be paying for the storage. Okay, so let's go ahead and upgrade. Just press on upgrade project. So here you need to have to create a bidding plan. So this is not going to be even for the project like this, unless you have a lot of users, it's not going to cost you anything. Okay, so what we're gonna do is because this is my new account, that's why I don't have all of this bidding account and stuff. So I'm just going to need to create a bidding account. So it's gonna take you here. We just need to accept, select your country, agree, and continue. So all this is only if you have not done this already. Okay, so here you can set up your bidding plan from here. Okay, you can set Firebase payments, and then let's go on ahead and confirm here. Let me just maximize this, and then here I'm just gonna put the organization name, and then you need to have card details here. So I already have one of my cards saved. I'm just gonna click on this same card, then let me put the organization name. So what do I do here? I can just put my name, and then the bidding address here, I'm just gonna put the address, and then I'm gonna put the city where I am, and then confirm purchase. So you don't need to worry about this. This is a Blaze plan. It's a pay as you go. Okay, you only pay what you use. Okay, but also the small project like this, you won't incur any charges. All right, now that that is out of the way, so you can also set the limit for the budget. It can notify you when it gets to this. So I'm just gonna simply put just $10. So you will get an email if your Firebase account gets, you have spent $5. Okay, I'm going to get an email, which I know I'm not even going to get to this because this is a simple app. Okay, so but which is good if you are getting usage to your application. All right, so once this is done and I've selected that Firebase payment that I have created, I'm just gonna click on continue. Now here you can see that this is a Blaze plan that I am. It is going to tell you here, okay, it's here for you as a pay as you go Firebase cloud services. Okay, you only getting billed once you have used or like a lot. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on link. All right, now that you are in a Blaze plan, okay, even here again is going to tell you you will now be charged based on your usage of paid Firebase and Google Cloud services beyond the no cost quote. Okay, so let's just click done. Now you can be able to create the Firebase storage here. So let's click on get started, and then we are here. You are going to need to use the database that you want. Okay, so for now we're just gonna use this no cost tier. Okay, and then let's click on, because you can see that it's also directing to that same application. Okay, so you choose what you want here. I'm going to go to the no cost tier over here, then I'm going to click continue. Now also here I'm going to start in a production mode, and then I'm going to click create. Okay, all right, now the storage is created. What I need to do is, again, I'm going to go back to the rules, and then I will do the same. Okay, what I'll do is everyone will be able to read the Firestore, but the right will be given to only authenticated users. So here I'll also again do the same. Bring this down, allow read if true. Okay, and then again I'll say allow write if request dot auth does not equal to now. Okay, so this is what exactly that I will do, and then I'm gonna just publish these rows. All right, so now we have Firebase storage and Firebase Firestore. Now we can go ahead and start saving the data to Firestore. Okay, so we're gonna end this video right here. In this one, we added the Dialog and Firebase storage and Cloud Firestore to our application. Thank you guys, and see you in the next video.